Some crimes remain unsolved forever. Others end with a conviction, but still leave unanswered questions. In the 1890s, a man was arrested, tried, and executed for murder. He confessed. He was convicted. He was legally punished. And yet, more than a century later, investigators, historians, and criminologists still argue over one central question: how much did he actually do? Was the truth fully uncovered, or did the verdict close the case before all facts were known? This is the verdict. Chicago in the 1890s was a city undergoing rapid transformation. Industry expanded. Railroads multiplied. The population surged with new arrivals every day. Entire neighborhoods changed faster than records could keep up. In this environment, identity was fluid, documentation was inconsistent, and disappearing, whether intentional or not, was far easier than being found. This was not a city built for careful oversight. It was here that Herman Webster Mudgett reinvented himself. Herman Webster Mudgett later became known as H. Holmes. He was educated, he was articulate, and he knew how to appear respectable. He studied medicine. He operated pharmacies. He understood contracts, insurance policies, and legal language. These facts are not disputed. What mattered was not only what he knew, but how well he used that knowledge to gain trust. Before any murder conviction, Holmes was already known to authorities for fraud, insurance scams, false identities, suspicious financial dealings. In several cases, people connected to him died under questionable circumstances involving insurance claims. While not all were prosecuted, the pattern was noted. These records matter because they establish something essential. Deception was not accidental, it was habitual. Holmes understood systems and how to exploit them. Holmes acquired property in the Inglewood area and constructed a multi-story building. Later, accounts would label it a murder castle. Factually, it was a mixed-use structure. Shops on the lower level, offices and rooms above. What made the building unusual was not its appearance, but its constant alteration. Walls moved, rooms changed, layouts shifted. Only one person fully understood its design. Records and witness testimony confirm several points. Holmes controlled access to rooms. He frequently altered layouts during construction. Tenants often arrived suddenly and left without explanation. Some later claims about secret passages and mechanical devices are exaggerated or unverified, but control and secrecy are factual. The building itself created confusion, even for those inside it. Several people connected to Holmes disappeared. Some were employees, some were associates, some were romantic partners. In the 1890s, proving homicide without a body was extraordinarily difficult. No DNA, no centralized records, limited forensic methods. Absence alone was not proof.
And this limitation shaped everything that followed. Holmes was trusted because he appeared legitimate. He paid wages. He signed contracts. He operated within social norms. Authority creates comfort. This is a documented pattern in many historical crimes. Professional appearance lowers suspicion, even when warning signs exist. The crime that ultimately brought Holmes down was not murder. It was insurance fraud. Holmes conspired with Benjamin Pitezel in a plan involving a staged death for financial gain. Instead, Pitezel was killed. This single death provided something investigators finally had: a body, a paper trail, and motive tied directly to Holmes. Holmes was arrested in 1894. Initially, charges focused on fraud, but as investigators traced movements, financial records, and witness testimony, the scope expanded. This arrest did not end the investigation. It unlocked it. Police searched Holmes's properties. They recovered human remains, personal belongings, and evidence of violent acts. However, not every later claim could be verified. Some discoveries were clear, others were ambiguous. What mattered legally was what could be proven, not what could be imagined. Holmes gave multiple confessions. The number of victims he claimed changed repeatedly. Some details contradicted known evidence. This creates a major legal issue. Confessions alone are not proof, especially when details shift. Modern investigators treat these statements cautiously. Holmes was tried for the murder of Benjamin Pitezel. In this case, the evidence was strong. Financial records, witness testimony, circumstantial linkage. In 1895, Holmes was convicted. H. Holmes was sentenced to death. He was executed in 1896. Legally, the case was closed. But historically, questions persisted. Holmes claimed dozens of victims. Most historians agree only a small number can be confirmed. The exact total is unknown. This distinction matters. Fact must remain separate from legend. Sensational journalism, graphic storytelling, public fascination with monstrosity. Together, they inflated the narrative. The idea of a murder castle became more powerful than documentation. This happens when horror and uncertainty intersect. Holmes committed fraud. He murdered Benjamin Pitezel. He was convicted and executed. Additional deaths are possible, but not conclusively proven. Those facts remain stable. This case matters because it shows how crime can be distorted by notoriety. A verdict can be legally final and historically incomplete. For the murder of Benjamin Pitezel, the verdict was clear: guilty. For every other death attributed to H. Holmes, the verdict remains uncertain. The evidence is preserved, the record is incomplete, and the questions remain. This is the verdict.